We need to reset.
Badly.
Here's what happened. We went out of town, come back. I somehow managed to destroy my back. I don't know what I did, how it happened, who did it. It wasn't me, I don't know. And I became useless. And we both got our periods. You see the state of our room right now? Look at us. Do I look like I have my life together? Literally don't. This is the longest I've gone without an upload. Like, I should have posted a couple days ago. Couldn't, didn't, shouldn't. We desperately have to get it together because I have a lot planned for August. The most well thought out month that I've ever had on this channel, and this is where we're starting. We're in a garbage pit. And so we need to get it together, okay? And you're gonna come with us and we're gonna reset, and we're gonna be one of those book girlies that shows you how we do the little reset, and I'm gonna show you my calendar, and we're gonna get ready and we're gonna do it because I can't live like this. Welcome to our monthly reset. First things first is this room is repulsive. Yesterday we had a party that we had to go to. You know what happens when one girl gets ready? Imagine when two girls get ready.
Throwing clothes all over the place, trying to figure out what we want to wear. Like, does this work? No. Change the pants. Oh, these pants don't work with the shirt. Change the shirt. Oh no, I gotta put on makeup now. Let's throw this over here and let's...
We have to clean the room. I need to shower because I'm sure I smell. Anyways, I need...
She doesn't.
It hasn't been that long. I showered yesterday. Don't ever think that I'm filthy. We need to film the monthly wrap up so that we could end last month so that we could start anew. I need to do my calendar and everything involved with my calendar, clean my Notion, do a new Notion. Oh, and we gotta get rid of some books. That was the other thing I wanted to do. We have a pile of books that sometimes we do giveaways, sometimes we
just need to get rid of them.
Just give them away. And so today's gonna be one of those days where we scoot it on over to the next owners because it's taking up too much real estate. We have too many books that we aren't gonna keep, and that's what we're gonna do.
Clean time.
Clean time.
Catch you later, kids. We got work to do.
Don't yell at them. Bye. Update time. So we went to Half Price Books where we dropped off all the books that we were going to get rid of, and we ended up getting enough money to get 2 books, so I'll show you what we got. We went to the store. We actually ended up getting one of those little, like, the thing for moisture, just because we're starting to have like a lot of books stacked up in the corner, and so I want to make sure that we're not ruining them. We cleaned up the room a little bit. It still needs more, but we cleaned it up enough to be able to like maneuver. And then I rearranged all the books that we have already read because the stacks were starting to get kind of crazy just because we've gone through quite a bit. I mean, obviously with the channel, our reading has been cranked up and we weren't really planning where they were all gonna go. So I'll show you that right now. All this here is like fantasy, romantasy, and then all up there is like every other genre, just because clearly we read a lot of romantasy. So the lighting is terrible, I'm so sorry. This big stack here is all the books up until here. We've read everything in the series, and the series is complete, so this is like all completely finished series. And then this, obviously there's more books coming out, so we've read as much as we can read that's currently out right now. This is a standalone, so it's done. These are all books that we've read as far as we can with like what's out. And then we have this little divider with this little like cute magic house that we built. And then the rest of these are all series that were like ongoing that we haven't read up all of them. And then up here, just straight up dystopian, and then we have romance, YA romance is mixed in here too. And then we go into like mystery thriller, and that's why this is in here instead of being over there, because this was like sci-fi, dystopian, mystery, thrillery. So we have it here. And then it's still mystery thriller, and then we have these 2 books which are kind of hard for me to like say what they are. So that's our setup, but it was getting kind of crazy, and I try to keep it separated just for like, one, I like the way it looks, but also to make it easier when I'm trying to reference something. And now the new books that we've gotten. So this book we just got because I've been wanting to start reading it and finally found like a good copy. We're gonna read Daisy Hates and give the Magnolia Park series another shot. And then the books that we got today for our Half Price Book stuff. Why is there a fuzzy trying to attack me? We got Summer Romance, which is another one that I've been seeing so much of that I really want to read. And then funny story, and the reason that we picked this over anything else, like funny story, is we want to give Emily Henry a shot for one, but because this book is still hardcover so many places, obviously hardcover is more expensive and we're trying to be better about it. So because we got credit, like when we gave our books, we decided that this was a good time to get an expensive hardcover. Those are the books we got. Sam also did laundry, and we also did that puzzle. That was not part of the reset, but I feel like that was like mental reset.
Yeah.
I needed a mental reset. It's been a long time since we've done a puzzle, and that one is so cute, and I love Alice in Wonderland stuff. I have been looking for a calendar. I mean, I use Notion for like all my planning and stuff, but in terms of like not just planning when we're posting videos, but also planning the time chunks of when we're going to be actively reading / recording, that is kind of hard for me to plan on Notion. I just want to have it like physically in front of me so that we can see it, because we have a calendar that has all of our personal stuff on it.
Family events kind of situation.
Yeah, our family events, if we're going to be dog sitting for anybody, like that kind of stuff. That gets kind of wild, and so I wanted one just for the YouTube stuff. And so we found this at Home Goods?
Yes.
Home Goods. We found this at Home Goods while we were looking for my mom's birthday present. But look at it, isn't it so cute? It's kind of big. It's a little bigger than I wanted, but I feel like that's easier for us to see because obviously, I mean, it's not that far, but like sometimes when we're laying in bed, we'll be talking about like the book stuff, and I'll have to like get out my laptop to be able to like fully see. So I feel like it's good because it'll be like across the way, we'll be able to see from afar. So I think I'm gonna work on this, and then I'll let you know when we're onto something new, because it is reset time. Now Sam's working on our personal calendar. See, and it's nice because we have our mini fridge in here, which I've said in the past, but that one's magnetized. Yeah. So we're able to just stick it right on there. I'll let you know when we're doing something else. Silly sillies, I've been resetting without you. No, I haven't done too much. So while I haven't been filming, to do a little update, if you will, I finished my calendar, which I'm going to show you, like, it's right there. She's cute, she's glorious, she's beautiful. She was hung up by my wonderful assistant, Samantha. And I love her literally the mostest. Sam and the calendar.
Competition?
Competition? I don't know, the calendar is freaking beautiful, but I will show you because I'm extra. And if you've seen glimpses of my desk in terms of like all of the pens and pencils and stuff I have, you'd know I'm extra with it. But the one thing I did not have was highlighters, and so I wanted to show you guys these highlighters that I got because I use them for my calendar and I really, really like them. They were so cute and small. And they were like the perfect, like, they kind of remind me of watercolors because they were like muted pastel is what the vibe is, and it kind of reminded me of watercolor. But these are all the colors. They're these tiny little things. Like, this is compared to like a pencil. Are you kidding me? Why is this the tiniest little thing you've ever seen? Like, that is literally the cutest thing ever. But we went to go get them so that I could highlight all the different things on my calendar, and I literally love it. So recommend these guys because they were so cute and got a lot of colors for how much it was. So I love that. What else did I do other than the calendar? I just finished filming my wrap up. So if I'm in the same outfit, pretend like you don't know that you're seeing that. If anything, just comment it down below so I know that you've watched both things, cuties. What else have we been doing? Kind of nothing else. I mean, I've been kind of busy because we've had like to start filming other videos and I had to do the wrap up and everything like that. I think the next thing I'm going to show you guys when I do have time, I have to read a little bit for another video, but I think the next thing I'm going to tackle is redoing my Notion and updating the last page. I think it's all the way updated actually, but starting my new Notion page takes a little bit of time just because I have to find like the Pinterest mood. I try to make each month's page similar in terms of like the template so that it's easy for me to like keep the flow going, but different in terms of the theme, so they're all different themes. And I think I'm gonna go dark academia with this one, but it depends on what kind of pictures I'm able to find off Pinterest, so we'll see. And I'll show you when I start doing that, but I have to read first. So I'm on a time crunch, and that I could do late at night, whereas reading, very sweepy. And that's it. So it's been a couple days, and your girl has halted the resetting process. We are going to be finishing this video today. I'm eating this rotten cup of noodles. And the reason I say rotten is not because it's actually rotten, but because who knows how many chemicals are in this. when it comes to what I update every month, I kind of go through all of my spreads. Let's see, A to Z. So first thing I do is whatever tab I was originally going to go into, I'll like duplicate it so that I have like 2 tabs going, or you could just open it again. But I have like my monthly spread open, and then I have whatever I'm working on, because my monthly spread is what I update a lot like during the month. I have all the books that we read this month like written down, and then all of their ratings and stuff like that. This A to Z challenge, I try to update it as much as I can just because I will genuinely forget. But like off the top of my head, I can remember that I read Reckless, and that was a book that goes underneath this umbrella. And then like I read Girl, Serpent, Thorn. And if you aren't familiar with what I'm talking about in terms of A to Z challenge, it's basically like you're trying to, you could see, like you're trying to find something that starts with each letter. And I include the word the, so it is kind of hard because a lot of the books, they may have like that letter in their title, but the word the is in front, and so I technically don't count it. So anything that's like the blank, it only counts for T. Does that make sense? So, but I did have a lot this month. I'm already at 3 in terms of what I can update, and I think that might be it. Yeah, because a lot of these are T. Did I have P already? Yeah. So I wish that the wives would count for W, but it will not. So that's all in terms of that. The next thing would be the favorites, which I don't think is as updated as it needs to be, but okay, yeah, it is. Reckless, this is where all the 5 stars live. So I have, what is it? I have to add the Paradise Problem to this. Girl, what? Can you type? Now I'll go here. I like to add the icon of like the little heart thing, because I don't know, I like when it looks uniform. Yeah, and then it shows. So there it is. And I just have it like that. That's it in terms of 5 stars for this month. So I'll get out of here. Then library, I do update, and this is normally where I end up having to bring all the books down. Paradise Problem, Girl, Serpent, Thorn, Two Twisted Crowns, Pestilence, and Impulse that have not been updated. So I'll go in and add everything there, which I'll do after I finish explaining all this. So that's where I'll add that, and I like to add the author just because I'm trying to be better about remembering authors' names. I feel like I've gotten a lot better since starting this channel, but so this is not spelled correctly. But I'm trying to be better about their names because it's easier when I'm talking to you guys to know the author's name just off the top of my head. So, but then I do the number of pages, I do the average rating, or I do the rating, and then if it's series or standalone. So with everything in here right now, except I have to delete this tab because it'll count it, but with what I have right now, obviously not including all those books that I said, I've read 13,464 pages. My average rating is a 3.9. I have 26 books that I've read that are within a series, and then 8 that aren't standalones. So I like having that. I feel like it makes it easy in terms of wrap up to have all this information, and then it also is nice to know like on average stuff like that, just because in terms of like videos and stuff, I don't want to only be doing series. I don't want to only be doing big books, you know, like I'm trying to have like an array of things. So this makes it easier for me to have a gauge, and it's also just interesting, like something I like to notice, or like Sam and I will be like, oh my gosh, we hit this many pages or whatever. So I'll update that in a second, just because I want to show you guys what I do in terms of the monthly spread. I end up just duplicating the pages, and then I delete all the stuff that's like specific, or I replace the images. So going into like my regular reading journal, I'll take July, double like right click, and then I'll hit duplicate. And so it makes a second one. And then I'll just go in, delete all the books that I've read. And it'll just leave it with that empty thing. I'll delete the books for TBR. And like, I guess I could have like, maybe going forward I should have like a template that I'm just doing this to, but I found that it was easier for me originally to do this because it kept like the spacing right in terms of all the images, because I like where all the images are. So let me change this. And then like there are other things that I'll just change instead of completely deleting. So like every month I've hit whatever goal I put, thankfully, and so I just change it rather than like deleting it, whatever. So that's that. I am gonna show me continuing to mess with it, but basically what I have to change from this, I'm gonna list all the books that we have for our TBR. I'm gonna change like my favorites I do like throughout the month, and then I'll change all the images to match whatever theme. So this theme, I'm going for Dark Academia, and I've already saved the photos that I want for it. So I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go in, and then I hit replace. So I'll replace the image, upload a file, whatever, change that. And it changes, and then I go to the next one and I'll hit replace. And again, like this keeps it easy because I'm just hitting replace and it's keeping the format relatively similar, rather than me like starting over every month. I just use the same template so that all the spacing doesn't get messed up. So, and now that one's gonna change. And then now that top one isn't like an image, it's considered the cover of the page. Oops, nope. And so I'll go in. And it literally, like if you guys don't know how Notion works, or like this is the first time you're hearing me talk about Notion, like you're new to my channel, whatever. Notion is so easy to use once you get past like how many options there are. I think I was intimidated because there's so many possibilities with it that I got overwhelmed. But once you get like the basic like how to, it is so nice. And that's it.